Welcome to this explainer. If you're gearing up for the IELTS, you're inevitably going to hit a major crossroads right off the bat. You have to make a crucial decision before you even book your date. Are you taking this test on a computer, or are you going old school with pencil and paper? It's a choice that causes a ton of unnecessary anxiety. But stick with me, because by the end of our time together today, you're going to know exactly which path is right for you.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll cover the core IELTS reality, compare how the test modules actually feel, look at the big differences in the writing section, bust some common format myths, and finally, help you make your final decision. Let's get into it.
Section 1. The core IELTS reality. The test format changes, but the test itself really doesn't.
Let's start with the absolute most important baseline fact here, just to lower your blood pressure a bit. The fundamental exam is exactly the same either way. The basic physical difference is incredibly straightforward. You're either taking the listening, reading, and writing sections on a computer at an official test center, or you're using a traditional pencil, question booklet, and answer sheet. That's really it.
But what's really fascinating here is just how much stays exactly the same. Everything that actually moves the needle for your final score is completely identical. We're talking the 4 modules, the 0 to 9 band score system, the specific assessment criteria, and the overall difficulty of the questions. Even the validity of your scores for universities or immigration is identical. So your choice is purely about which physical test-taking experience just naturally fits your personal habits.
All right, moving to Section 2, comparing the test modules. Let's talk about how listening and reading actually feel in practice.
Let's explore the physical sensation of taking this test, starting with listening. If you go digital, you're typing your answers straight into boxes while the audio plays, so you really have to be comfortable navigating with quick mouse clicks. On paper, you're jotting your answers directly onto the question booklet as you listen, and then you actually get time at the end to transfer them to an official answer sheet. For a lot of folks, that handwritten, step-by-step method just feels way more familiar.
But you absolutely need to keep this warning in mind. Spelling mistakes penalize you in both formats, and remember, that audio only plays once, so you're under pressure. Your choice here depends entirely on whether you're the kind of person who makes typos when rushing, or if you have messy handwriting that an examiner might easily misread.
Now let's look at the reading section. The difference here is night and day. Computer tests offer a super clean digital layout, usually a split screen with the passage on one side and the questions right there on the other. But honestly, staring intently at a screen for a full hour can cause some serious screen fatigue. Paper, on the other hand, comes in a traditional printed booklet. This lets you physically track your reading with a pencil, circle keywords, and easily underline important names or dates as you go.
Up next is Section 3, the writing section difference. This is by far the biggest practical shift.
The writing section is where your choice of format can have the most massive practical impact on your exam day performance. Typing allows for totally seamless editing. You can cut, paste, and reorganize your sentences effortlessly. Plus, you get an automatic word count, which is a total game changer for time management. But handwritten paper exams often feel much more natural for brainstorming. You can draw arrows, make rough structural plans in the margins, and completely bypass the stress of trying to use an unfamiliar, clunky keyboard at a testing center.
So the crucial point here is knowing your own weaknesses. Do not choose the computer test if you hunt and peck at the keys. You're just going to run out of time. On the flip side, you absolutely must avoid the paper test if your handwriting is super slow or practically unreadable. It's really that simple.
Let's jump to Section 4, busting common format myths and separating fact from fiction.
There are so many pervasive misconceptions floating around out there that trick candidates into picking the wrong format. You've probably heard rumors that the computer-based test is inherently easier, or that typing automatically boosts your writing score. Let me be perfectly clear, that is completely false. Typing only helps if your actual content, grammar, and sentence structure are strong to begin with. The standard is the exact same standard regardless of the medium.
Another massive takeaway. Never ever choose your format based on the speaking test. Why? Because it's completely identical in both formats. It is strictly a live assessment with a certified IELTS examiner, either face-to-face or via a live video call. They are testing the exact same fluency, grammar, and pronunciation criteria no matter what.
Finally, we're at Section 5, making your final decision using a profile matchmaker and timeline strategy. Let's shift from what the test is to who you are as a student. Look at your own learning profile.
If you know you have messy handwriting or you desperately want the ability to easily edit your essays on the fly, go digital. But if you suffer from eye strain when reading on screens for too long, or you're someone who just loves heavily underlining reading passages to absorb them, definitely stick to paper.
Before you lock in a decision, ask yourself this critical baseline question. Can I comfortably type at least 25 to 30 words per minute? You have to honestly gauge your readiness here. If you can't hit that speed, the computer test is going to be incredibly stressful, and you'll want to rethink it.
I highly recommend running through a quick self-assessment. Do you make typing mistakes when the clock is ticking? Can you read long texts on a monitor without losing your focus? Do you rely on physically underlining text to understand it? Is your handwriting actually clear to someone who doesn't know you? The whole goal here is to figure out which environment actually allows you to perform calmly, accurately, and consistently.
When it comes down to it, remember this objective reality. The best IELTS format isn't the one your friend chose, and it definitely isn't the one some random internet forum said was easier. It's the one that aligns completely with your own cognitive habits and your physical strengths.
To actually execute your plan, you need to align your prep with a realistic timeline. If your test is in 30 days, do not experiment. Just choose the format you're already comfortable with right now. If you have 60 days, try taking one full mock test in both formats, compare how you feel, and then make your call. If you have 90 days or more, you've got plenty of runway to build comfort with either format. Just make sure that whatever you pick, you study under the exact conditions you're going to face on exam day.
As you get ready to officially book your test date, ask yourself, are you going to let test anxiety and internet rumors guide your decision? Or will you strategically choose the format that fits your strengths and gives you the ultimate edge? Take control of your test environment, lean into what you're good at, and go get that target band score. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy studying.